Hello, and welcome back to a new season of Coach's Corner. I'm Jake Lancer here with Danny Lynch for HWTV. Today we're here with Coach Aaron Huerta of our varsity football team. The Wolverines are currently 3-0, coming off a big road win versus El Camino Real. At home against 7 p.m., they face St. Genevieve this Friday.
So, Coach, before we get into the upcoming details of the game, can you tell us a little background information about yourself, how long you've been coaching, where you've coached?
Yeah, so I've been coaching for about 14 years. I coached right out of high school. I coached for my alma mater at my high school. I moved down here. I've coached in Long Beach, Corona Del Mar, Servite, and then in Riverside as well before coming here. I'm in my second year. Last year we went 6-0. This year we're on a 3-0 start.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think this year's team differs from last year, seeing as so many seniors graduated?
Yeah, we're very young. We're inexperienced. We got a great group of kids. They're working hard, but we have some growing pains to go through. So, but we're off to a good start, so we're happy with that.
Mm-hmm. And who do you think has stepped up into that leadership role, and how do you think they've affected the culture of this new team?
One guy that comes to mind is Anthony Hawley. Great kid, shows up every day ready to work, works with his teammates, does the extra work, cleans the locker room, just does that small things that really makes a difference for a culture.
Mm-hmm. And with the new starting quarterback this season, how are you helping Henry Wendorf step into his role?
Yeah, as a coach, you always want to kind of just do what he does best, right? And so we've really kind of over the summer we've thrown a lot at him, and then we've kind of really seen what he can do best. And I think we found some good things that he does to make him successful.
Would you say he has like a similar playing style to Marshall? How, or is it?
I think he's just a younger Marshall. Marshall was probably a little more athletic, but he's just a little bit younger, a little inexperienced. So he's got a little ways to go, but we're really proud of the way he's started so far.
Mm-hmm. And with having so many players playing Ironman football, playing on both the offense and the defense, and this also being a newer and younger team, how do you think that affects your game plan with going into these games?
Yeah, you do have to kind of make sure they understand what they're doing, right? That's the biggest thing for coaching is we don't want to put too much on their plate. Last year we had a very senior heavy team. We were able to challenge them mentally and physically. This year we've kind of taken it a little back and made sure they know what they're doing, and they've really responded, and they've done a great job.
Mm-hmm. And what do you consider a successful season, knowing as you came off the 6-0 undefeated season last?
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? It's really hard to beat an undefeated season, but this year, most importantly, we're looking to win league. If we win league, we get to in the playoffs, so that's really important for us. And then, after that, it's just us growing every week. If we're getting better every week, we're going to be a really good football team come playoff time.
Mm-hmm. And now I think Jake has some questions about the upcoming game on Friday.
Coach, currently undefeated, what do you attribute most to this early season success?
Playing together. We're not the same team we were last year. A lot of our guys are, we're learning how to play together. It's a team sport. I think that's really important for us to be successful.
And being undefeated, how do you make sure your guys really stay focused on the goal of winning out and not giving into that sort of outside hype of being undefeated?
Yeah, so we talk about it a lot. We don't want to be good enough, right? And we always have aspirations to be great. So we talk about, every day we can get better. We don't talk about the score a lot. We don't talk about our record. We talk about, are we getting better? And if we do that, we're going to be successful.
Looking back at last week, El Camino really made the game competitive from big passing plays to their star receiver, Troy Spellman. How do you look to tighten up the pass defense this week?
Yeah, it's a totally different offense that we're facing this week, but they've got some guys that they can really stretch the field. We've really focused on alignment and assignment. That's the biggest thing for our young guys is making sure they know where to align, and you can kind of take away things like that just by being in the right spots.
Last year against St. Genevieve, the offense got off to a very slow start and had to come from behind to win a nail-biter. How do you sort of stop that from happening this time around?
Again, just getting in the right spaces, right? Let's make sure we're aligned right. Let's make sure we're communicating. Let's make sure we're on the same page. If you look back at last year, there was 2 big plays they made, and it was just because we weren't paying attention. We were kind of first game jitters maybe. Now that we've got a little bit under our belt, I think we're going to be ready to go.
Also this year, you've been dealing with the lack of a consistent kicker. Last year, you could really rely on Alex Amster. This year, with the addition of Josh Barnavon, this week specifically, how do you see him impacting the team?
Yeah, we're going to force other people to beat us, right? You don't want to just kind of kick to their guys. So we want to focus on doing what we do best, playing as a team, tackling is a big important thing. If we can surround him with multiple guys, we'll be all right.
And lastly, with it being a home game Friday, how does this year compare to last with the addition of our HW Fanatics? And do you think it's really made a difference with you guys feeding off the crowd's energy?
It's so much fun. I've really enjoyed this year, and I'm really excited for homecoming and this week. The kids love it, and that's what makes it matter most. But it does. Being there, really, we appreciate everyone being there.
Finally, going into this week's big matchup with St. Genevieve, who should we look out for on both sides of the ball?
For us, on offense, AJ Holmes, he's been doing a great job. We moved him to running back, and he's really taken off. He's going to have a spectacular year, and I think he's going to have a big game. We all know about JT. He's a big guy for us. But it's also going to matter with Kai Foucher up front. He moves people, and when we get to move people up front, it's going to make us a lot better. On the defensive side, our heart and soul, Mateo Perez. He's physical, he's tough, and when he's making tackles, we're a good football team.
Thank you, Coach Huerta, for joining us on our first Coach's Corner of the year. Good luck to you guys versus St. Genevieve. I'm Danny Lynch with Jake Lancer. We hope to see you soon on our next Coach's Corner. Enjoy the game.